Everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to another episode of Einstein Certification Series. So today I'm going to talk about Einstein Analytics Data Integration Basics, right? As you can see on the screen. So you have to understand one thing, that in Einstein, right, the data is the king, right? Everything you do, like from creation of your data set to dashboard, the data plays the crucial role, right? So now I'm not going to get into details about, how to extract the data, how to clean the data. I've talked, in detail in one of the course when I explained Einstein with machine learning, where I talked about different machine learning principles, right? So this is not a machine learning course. So I'm not going to talk about data extraction process, data cleaning process, I'm going to talk about the capability what Einstein offers. So I wanted to stick to the topic, right? Okay, so as I said, the data is the most important aspect of Einstein, right? Because you can't do analytics without a data, right? There's no point of talking about analytics when you don't have a data to measure, right? So that's where the data plays a very important role. Now you can get the data from various sources. You can get the data from the Salesforce object, underlying object, right? You can have accounts, you can have opportunities. You can also get the data from external sources, right? You can get data in the form of CSV file, right? You can also get data through APIs, right? There are different ways you can get the data. So today what I'm going to talk about is that how to extract the data from CSV, right? So I assume that we have a CSV. So I got the CSV from Trailhead just to make the life simpler, right? So let's go to this topic, the Kickoff the data journey, right? As you can see that, it explains about what is data set. Of course, the data set is a collection of the data, right? You can have data from a multiple source, right? Multiple objects, right? It could be from your accounts, could be from opportunity, could be from external sources, right? So that forms the data set. And using a data set, you create your dashboard, right? You can't create a dashboard, a meaningful dashboard, without a data set, right? And now let's say your CEO comes to you and say, look, I want a data of different sales data or the service data, right? So you need to, your first task, right, is to create a data set, which is the most important task, right? Because without a data set, you can't create a meaningful dashboard, right? It's that simple. So the first task is to get the data, and the data extraction and collecting the data is the hardest part, right? Even if you're a machine learning engineer, you know that how difficult the task is, to extract the data, clean the data, right, and make it to the meaningful form so that it can be used for analysis, right? So that's the hardest part. That's one of the hardest part, I would say, right? So like I said, not going to talk about machine learning. So I would expect you to read through this, right? So the data sets are faster, right? That's because the data set, you can query the data set easily. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a data set using CSV file. So that's all I'm going to do, okay? So as you can see that you can extract the data here and you can prepare it, right? And so I've downloaded the CSV file. So I'm going to use it to create a data set, right? And then we look at the data behind the scene, okay? Right, so the first thing first, you need to log into your org. If you do not have an org, I would highly encourage you to register for one. So when do we need a data from external source, right? Most of the time, you might get a data from your Salesforce org, right? But if you are dealing with the data which comes from an external source, could be from AWS, could be from Azure, could be from Google, or could be from a Teradata or Oracle, wherever it is, right? So, you have a CSV file and you wanted to import it and you wanted to analyze the data, right? Einstein will do that for you, right? So I got a CSV file, right? As I said, I got it from a Trailhead. So I'm going to use that to create a data set, okay? That's all I'm going to do. So that's all I'm going to talk about today, right? So this topic and extract external data into analytics. This is the only one I'm going to talk about today. I'm not going to talk about the other stuff today that I'm going to talk about next day, okay? So I have this, as you can see here, I got this data set from here, right? CSV file from here. So I clicked it, and so it gave me, so let me do that again for you. Okay, so I got this description here. So this is exactly what I'm going to use. Okay, so go to this tic-tac-toe icon here, and let's go to Analytics Studio. Okay, and then let's create a new app. Okay, so let's say create a blank app. We're not going to use any fancy template here. Okay, and click on continue, and let's say new CSV app. Okay, you can give a meaningful name, whatever you want. Okay, right. Okay, now go to create. So we're gonna create a data set. Okay, so CSV file, and this CSV file I'm gonna drag and drop here. Okay, click on next, and click on next. So this is the one which we got. So you got SIC code, description, and last up there, right? 3 fields, nice and easy. Okay. And I'm gonna upload it, and it will take probably 1 minute, or probably 30-40 seconds, depends on the speed of the work, right? So as you can see how simpler it is to import a data to Einstein, right? All you have to do, go to create a data set, choose the CSV one, and upload it, right? That's all you have to do. See, the data set is created. Okay, now what we're gonna do, so this is you haven't used this any dashboard or lens, that's fine, not a problem. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we go to Einstein Studio here, go to data manager. Okay, and then we see the data. You can see it's successfully uploaded. Okay, now what we could do, we're gonna go to data. So you go to data here, right? And let's refresh it by today date. Okay, so this is the one that's created. Okay, so let's go here and explore it. So to see how the data looks like, so you can see we have a data here, and I'm gonna add it, and I'll remove this, and I'm gonna remove the bar here. I'm gonna add a bar, I'm gonna add a description. You see, you can explore the data here, and you can explore the query here as well, right? So this is the query that's used. Okay, pretty simple, right? Nothing fancy here. I'm gonna leave it here, and so you go here, and you can open it here. I'm gonna create a dashboard if you wanted to. Excuse me. If you wanted to create a dashboard, you can create a dashboard. I can create a blank dashboard, right? And I can put a table here, and I can obviously use this data set, which I've done, right? And you can add a description here. So I can add a description, done, right? And I can expand it. So it's that simple, right? So, and then you save it, yeah. Right, so this is as simple, right, as you can see. You can also link other sources, right? You can bring in account here. You can bring in contacts. I'm gonna demonstrate you next time how to do that, right? And we can bring from a different data source, and we can, we can add filters and kind of stuff here. It's pretty cool stuff. I'll show you how to do that in the next lecture. So this is just to give you a heads up, right? What's coming next, right? So right now I've imported the data from external source. Now the next time I'm going to show you how to create a data from multiple objects, and then we're going to add filters in that so that we can do the stuff, right? And then we're going to look at what is that? Sorry. And we're going to look at extract Salesforce data into analytics and prepare your data. So we're going to look a little bit more detail, right? So as you can see, this other stuff we're going to talk about it. And yeah, and we're going to look at, so we're going to look at all these options, right? So yeah, this is very a short video I just want to talk about today, right? That's all I just wanted to cover, just to give you an idea what's coming, right? So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Greetings and adios. Bye.